everyone, my name is Zamber. Thank you guys so much for clicking on my video and deciding to watch with me. Today we are back with another episode of Assassination Classroom. We are watching Season 1, Episode 6, Test Time, which makes me very worried and scared. I don't like the thought of tests. Makes me think of standardized tests. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Because, America added, more testing, like the science standardized tests, which I went to a Catholic school. We didn't do science. We got from the Children's Museum, we got a box sent over one time in my, 7 years there, where we grew a plant. And we basically learned it was God's gift that we were able to grow this plant. How? Couldn't tell you anymore. Don't know. So I don't like tests. I'm nervous because obviously these kiddos probably don't like tests either. I don't think anyone really likes tests. So we'll see what kind of testing they do. But I don't know how that's gonna go, and that's nerve-wracking, so I don't know. But I am excited, as always, to find out. Please remember, guys, if you like these reactions, you can support me over on my Patreon page. Link down in the description below to watch my full, uncut reactions to anime, cartoons, movies, and more. But without further ado, let's get started!
Let's begin, shall we?
Begin what exactly?
Studying for midterms, of course.
Oh no, midterm. Oh god.
My doubles will provide special one-on-one attention, drilling everyone individually on areas where you need improvement.
Wow.
Man, this is balls. You seriously gotta wear a different headband for each subject. Give me a break, man. Naruto's not even on the test.
Look at him.
Naruto's not even on the test. That's hilarious.
8 doubles for math, 3 for social studies, 4 for science, 4 for English, 1 for Naruto. A Koro
1 for
Sensei
Naruto.
And not that long ago, he was doing well to split himself up into 4 or 5.
Oh.
Knife down, Karma. No sneak attack.
Karma's
Doesn't
face.
all this spread you a little bit thin?
Karma.
Just thinking about it makes me feel tired.
No worries there. I have a double outside on R&R duty.
How does that help?
Yeah, seriously, how does it do anything to help?
If I wish to align the colors quickly and intuitively, what might be the best way to go about it? Any ideas? The answer? Pry them apart and reassemble. It's as easy as that.
Oh, it's the principal.
Why, Koro Sensei? It's an honor.
Yeah?
Apparently this gentleman is supposed to be the principal here.
Believe me, he is, which also makes him our boss.
Yeah! So good of you to come up this way, sir. A chance we can discuss a teensy little hike in salary if I'm not being too forward.
Oh my gosh.
Added a few extra versions of myself to help with the workload.
Forgive me for not visiting sooner. I meant to pay my respects before now, but one gets sidetracked. Though I'm happy to give you carte blanche to do what's necessary, I must think of the future should the Earth survive. In other words, what becomes of my school if Koro Sensei is assassinated? Not to put too fine a point on it, but E-Class must continue to serve its function in the grand scheme of things.
Interesting. So rock-bottom grades and students with 0 prospects serve a function, do they?
Oh yes.
Ooh.
Are you familiar with the so-called worker ant theory? It tells us that in any group, 20% will work hard, 20% will be idle, and the remaining 60% will fall somewhere in between. Now, imagine a group without a middle ground, where hard workers comprise 95% of the population and layabouts only 5. If the lazy worker ants are stigmatized, the ratio is perfectly feasible. Those who under normal circumstances fall into the average category better themselves to avoid being associated with the ostracized class.
Very
God, that's so bad,
And of
though.
course, unless the 5% is kept down, the incentive for the other 95 disappears.
Just today, I received an alarming complaint from a D-class teacher. It seems a student of yours glared threateningly at 2 upperclassmen, such that the upperclassmen feared for their lives. I have no doubt the confidence to do so stems from their attempts to assassinate you, and perhaps that's to be expected. The issue, though, is that an E-class student dared to defy his better. Oh, and Koro Sensei, you have 1 second to solve this puzzle.
What? You just sprayed this on me out of the blue?
Whoa! What the hell is going on?
Your speed
Math
certainly lives up to
puzzles?
the hype. I can see why most attempts on your life would be an exercise in futility. But bear in mind, my friend, in the grand scheme of things, there are many problems for which speed is of no use at all. Now, if you'll kindly excuse me. Oh. Hi there. I look forward to your midterm results. Best of luck to you.
Ooh, what a cold man.
Best of luck, the guy says. And just like that, I revert from assassin back to an E-class nobody.
As a target, Koro Sensei is practically invincible. Amateur and professional assassins alike have their work cut out trying to off him. But as a teacher, he's vulnerable to the whims of people higher up on the food chain. People like Kunigiyaka Academy Principal, Gakuo Asano. A shrewd man who in the first decade of his tenure single-handedly hoisted this school to top-tier status.
Wow.
Essentially, if you teach here, there's no getting around his personal vision of order. That goes for us and for you.
As you might guess, today I thought I'd make your more of me.
Oh, God.
This is getting ridiculous.
Just a little.
Let's begin.
Even the actor images are getting sloppy.
It's like he's turning into a parody of himself.
Hey, Koro Sensei, no offense, but isn't this gonna wear you out?
Wear me out? Pshaw.
Pshaw.
To get those test scores up. Why else? If I do that... Koro Sensei!
We owe it all to you, Koro Sensei. Thank you. I'll never try to kill you again.
Oh.
Please, I need help with my grades.
Why are they
I'll never
skimpy?
have to worry about you trying to kill me again. It'll be sheer bliss.
I mean, the whole helping a study thing is nice and all.
But the reward money we get for assassinating him is nothing to sneeze at.
Let's face
Yeah.
it, who needs to ace a midterm when you've got that kind of cash tucked away in your bank account?
Money isn't everything, people!
I
Oh,
mean,
come on, you gotta cut us some slack here. We're the in class. Yeah, assassination we can strive for, but academics? Seriously, why bother?
I see. So that's how it is then. Imagine placing within the top 50 of 186 students on midterms. Make that a reality, and securing a former teacher's permission is all an E-class student needs to return to the class from which they were ejected. But given the conditions we're forced to work under, the personal setbacks that landed each of you here are difficult to fix.
okay.
That's why most E-class students are convinced that returning to the main campus is no more than a pipe dream.
Don't tell me to hurry up. I'm not a child.
Sorry, Koro Sensei asked me to bring you.
Oh.
Miss I'd like your opinion as a professional assassin.
All right, what do you want to know?
Now let's say you've been given an assignment. Do you have only one plan going into it?
No.
Of course not. If my profession has taught me anything, it's that plan A almost never comes off like you'd expect. There are just too many variables. A good assassin has backup plans on hand for any contingencies.
And
Yeah.
Mr. Kurasama, what about you? When teaching knife combat strategies, do you believe the first strike is the only move of any importance?
No.
The first move is important, but so's the follow-up.
Yeah.
Never assume the first strike will hit. Because when your opponent's trained, you have to be ready to deliver the next strike with at
Yeah.
least as much precision and skill as the first.
Yeah.
Or better yet, carry a second blade.
If you have a point, sir, I think we're missing him.
Listen to your teachers, boys and girls. Backup plans are the cornerstone of confidence, and a confident assassin is a successful one. Suppose some other would-be assassin out there managed to do me in. What would you be left with? What would you
Nothing.
strive for then? Or
Nothing.
Are you satisfied with being outcast? A word of advice from your Koro Sensei. You walk a fine line.
Yeah.
Those who can't wield a second blade aren't qualified to be assassins.
Ooh.
What the? Guys, check it out. Is that a tornado?
What a show-off.
There. Our schoolyard needed a good leveling. Not to mention a few weeds cleared. I am a superior life form capable of destroying the Earth. As you can see, flattening out this little corner of it was a cinch. Cast your nets wide. Show me your backup plan, that crucial second blade. Otherwise, I'll be forced to conclude no would-be assassin here is worthy of me. And I won't have just a mind to leave. I'll flatten this entire campus as I go.
A second blade? So how long have we got?
Not very. Until the end of tomorrow. The midterms are upon us, class. I want all of you to place in the top 50.
What?
Whether you realize it or not, we've been sharpening those second blades all along. The main campus relies on dull rote learning methods. I, to put it mildly, do not. You have what it takes, so wield those blades with confidence. Take your midterms by the gills, smiling, your heads held high. Be proud, be bold, and never forget, you are assassins. You are E-class.
Okay. Ready or not, here we go.
Wow. Can you stop
Midterms are administered
tapping?
on the main campus, even for us. Basically, to E-class, they're just an away game. Not much else.
Our knife isn't nearly enough to take this thing out! How are we supposed to tackle question 4?
Oh my god. This really is a mental war.
I expected this. The midterms they give in this school have always been a beast.
Did you really mean that crap? You're gonna take off if they don't all place in the top 50 on their stupid midterms?
That's right.
Well, way to be unrealistic. These kids have the worst grade point average in the entire school. Are you
It's
nuts?
a little
I wonder
unrealistic.
Sometimes. Either way, wherever they've ranked before, they're my students now. When backed into a corner, the first order of business is assessing your options. If I've taught them nothing else, I've certainly taught them that. Come now, we've covered this. The poor beast isn't as terrifying as all that. Start by observing that fin. On closer inspection, it's just that, a fin. Next, look over each part of the question with the same attention to detail and piece together what you find. Voila! A trivial adversary indeed. Now use that trusty blade to fillet it.
Of course. Take the problem one part at a time.
I could cry. This is really cute.
Just like Koro Sensei's been teaching us all along.
And this!
11. What was the significance of showing Carmos there?
Strike? A question we weren't ready for ambushed us from the rear.
Not to rock the boat, but this is ridiculous. You gotta help me out here. However I look at it, this test seems rigged.
I don't know what to say, sir. You don't understand. We're a prep school.
This sort of thing happens all the time. Our students are expected to cram. That's been our policy for years. In fact, when it was decided to include new material on this midterm, the principal himself lectured our students on those subjects personally.
That's
It was
horrible.
beautiful. You should have seen it.
Unbelievable. Is there nothing this man won't resort to in the name of his own ideals?
Wow.
They've put us in a hell of a spot. If Koro Sensei leaves, we're screwed.
He won't leave because of that. It's not their fault. Nor is it his either. It was material that
I
he
take
wasn't
full
told.
responsibility. Clearly, I underestimated the school's dedication to the status quo. Forgive me if I can't bear to face you.
Have it your way. Keep your back turned if you want. Just makes it easier for us to sneak up on you.
I am in no mood, Karsten. The situation has me very
Karma.
So they added a few questions to the stupid test. Big deal.
Seriously? Hold the phone. You got 100 in math?
Wow.
The method worked like a charm, Teach. You gave us everything you had, and at the moment of truth, it mattered. So what if the midterms decided to cover new territory? I was ready. You plan on using the fact we didn't all make the top 50 as an excuse to tuck your tail and run? You're not fooling me. I think you're just scared that one of us is actually gonna kill you.
You could have just told us. Not like we blame you for being afraid.
Next time, consider being more straightforward with how you feel.
Oh my gosh.
No, I want to run away.
No one is running away!
Oh.
What's the deal?
The deal is, we get our revenge on this school twofold during finals.
Ooh.
This is no matter.
Children.
There's nothing to know when we hit a wall on our midterms. The same wall that's always closed us off from everyone else.
Karma's so
Glad to be
cute.
behind it. Not just glad, proud. Proud to be glad.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. All right. So I knew they were going to do something to the midterm, like whatever. I just thought they would like just change people's answers and stuff like that, like cheat. But I actually prefer this way better because there's no way the students could have answered that question showing that they weren't taught that. So I actually kind of like that more than, because then Koro Sensei can see that they tried and did their best, but the system worked against them. So I actually really like the way the show handled this. That was really nice. Along with all that, of course, Karma is so interesting. I hope we do kind of get more of Karma. He's a very odd character. He's very smart, but he chooses to be in E-class because he just does not care. Which is very, I feel like, happens to a lot of students. There are some bright individuals out there who just don't have, whether it's the motivation or the caring. Some just don't want to do the work. They're intelligent people, just don't want to work. And that happens. I can't say that's fine, because in the way our system works, it does not work for them. But overall, it's fun, it's interesting. Koro Sensei is such a good teacher. Like, I can't stress it enough, he's so good. I like that one of them was learning about Naruto, because Naruto is so important to midterms. It was very weird, and it made me laugh, though. Whatever. But overall, I'm loving Assassination Classroom. It just makes me feel good and happy. I like seeing the students like learning and being happy. It's cool. So I'm very excited to continue watching and see where we might go next on this endeavor. But please remember, guys, to check out my Patreon, watch my full uncut reactions over there. We're always 2 episodes ahead of the YouTube one. And I'll see you all later. Bye!